everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm not trying to make you guys hungry, but I have all of these boxes here because, as you've seen in the title, I want to talk about some things to make out of cereal boxes, cracker boxes, little snack boxes, just any little thing that's lightweight chipboard, which is what this is. Even if you also have lightweight chipboard, because I remember when I first started scrapbooking, I bought a huge box of, a couple of boxes anyway, 2 or 3 boxes of the lightweight chipboard. And so these are wonderful to use. If you don't have that and you eat these types of things, these are some great uses that you will find to repurpose them, to reuse them. And so I've talked about that. Now it's time to really start reusing them again. So the first thing, and a lot of this is going to be kind of geared towards beginner crafters. However, it's good for us seasoned, and I hate to say seasoned because some of you have been doing this for, oh my goodness, 20 years, and that is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. But anyway, it's like a refresher. So first thing you can use these for, and you're going to have to forgive my little puppy. He is in his kennel. We are trying to potty train him, so he's not too pleasant at this time. It's not time for him to go out yet. So anywho, journal covers. Now, I'm not going to have a very long video showing you how to make each one of these things. Now, if you want me to show you that, I can, but also perhaps moving forward, I will be making some of these things that I'm talking about today, and I will be showing you that on video. Now, my plan for today is I have pretty much a good amount of time today that I can spend on crafting, and I want to make 2 to 3 videos today that I can post throughout the week. This is going to be the first one, and then it'll kind of forward me into the next video. So that's my plan. I don't know how it's going to go, but anyway, here's to it. So if you want to make a journal cover, and I have done that, and if I can, I'll try and post a picture to when I first used one of the cereal boxes to make a journal cover. And that was the first time I realized, because I was still very much into chunky journals, but it was like a hybrid. It was my chunky journal versus a more plain journal, and so I called it a hybrid journal, of course, because it was a mixture of both. And that was a very beautiful journal. I'll try to post a link to that video here, or if not, a picture, because I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. So anywho, if you want to make a journal cover, this is my suggestion, and I left these like this because to show you. So if you see this Honey Made box, right, it has these openings where you can open the box and then close it just like that, right? It also has it on the back side. Now, these aren't for closing. This is the other end, right? It says open other end, of course. But you can still easily tear along this this part here, which doesn't give you a solid piece of chipboard or cereal box to work with. So for journal covers, I do not recommend this one unless you want to go with a smaller size like this one, okay? However long that would be, and that would be a good size right there for some journals. But this is what I prefer. A box like this, cereal boxes like this, usually the cereal boxes, but these as well. He's getting really angry. Hold on, you guys, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I have the children take the little puppy out. So these boxes here, this is, and my little boy loves these. My oldest little boy loves these. Roughly 3 inches, but this way they're only 5.5. Anyway, so when you have a box like this, if you're trying to make a journal cover out of it, leave this intact. Of course, you're going to, and I'll take it along this line. You can see where they reinforced with some glue there. And if you tear this up, that's fine. Okay. And leave it this way. The other end to where it opens flat. And while I'm thinking about that, I will, like I said, I will be making videos where I will be showing you guys me actually using this stuff as I'm talking about it. So anyway, for sake of time, what you would then do, if this is too wide to go into your trimmer, you guys, you know, you can use your X-Acto knife, a steel ruler, the Tim Holtz ruler, or anything with a steel tip as a guide. But if not, I have the, what is that, the Fiskars Precision Trimmer. And I would just put it in with this edge, and then I would cut along these sides here to cut that off, okay? I would cut these edges off. And then I would also cut these parts off. You don't have to. You could actually use, say you did that, and use it as a closure, something like that. And I'm getting an idea. That would also make, like, reinforced, of course. You can also go in and make like a suitcase journal or a purse journal, or anything like that. So that's how, I hope that I am explaining it to where you can understand it. So what I'm talking about, you would just, these flappy flaps here, just cut them off, okay? These little flappy flaps here, just cut them off. Now, when I made the journal that I'm talking about, I reinforced the front and back cover with some chipboard because I wanted something a little more sturdy. This, you're always going to reinforce your spine, right? Either with Tyvek, which is what my go-to is, and then I cover it with fabric. If you don't want to use Tyvek, you don't have to. You can just use some fabric of your choice. Okay, so that's what you would do. And then when I did that journal, I do believe that I sewed the signatures straight into the spine, because at that point, I don't think I was brave enough to try the floating spine journals, what we call them, hollow back journals, or whatever you call that. But it's where the spine is not attached here, sewn in directly. You know, you have your flaps, and that's how I achieve chunky journals that still lay flat. And Terry encouraged me to do that because she had a real chunky journal, and she was like, look, see, so it still lays flat. But anyway, so that journal was able to, it was very chunky, but it was still able to lay flat, even though I had sewn the signature straight into the spine, because this is key, you guys. Your spine is flexible. So even if you reinforce it with fabric, this is flexible, okay? So you have give. Okay, that spine has give. So that's a clue right there. If you're making chunky journals, you can reinforce these here and then have a more flexible spine to give more, so your journal can lay flat. Okay, so that's the first idea. Now, my second idea, and I want to make sure because I'm going to use these for certain things. My second use for these boxes is making tags, bookmarks. You guys, some of you already know that, but I don't think we actually pay attention to that. So if you're going to make a tag, and I shall not forget these dreaded snack boxes like here. You guys, I have been collecting some of these, and I wished I had continued to collect. But some of these boxes are like 3 and 4 years old because yeah, I was collecting them, and then I kind of stopped doing what I wanted to do with them, which is repurpose them. But anyway, so let's just make a tag. So I would cut all of this excess off. Listen, when you cut this excess stuff off, don't throw that away. You can make, you can use these, cut them up. You don't even have to cut them up because look at that. That can go on the edge of a page, almost like a file folder and stuff like that. But you can stamp these with your little stamps. I had some little stamps up here. But anyway, you can stamp little word stamps on here. Just anything you can do with these, so don't throw those away. But I will go ahead and cut this one because I know that I'm not, I love the little small journals. I don't love to make them. So I could cut this here into a tag. I don't really measure, but let's just say, and then you'd have tags of different sizes, so that would be the purpose of that. Now this stuff that I'm talking about, you guys, file folders can do the same thing. You can pretty much, you can use the file folder the same way. So if you have these, I have two different sizes here, right? So I've shown you. Now you may want to use this all the time, right? To make your tag. That's the easiest, okay? But if you don't have one of these, or you just don't want to use them because you want to kind of make your own tag shape, because see, it's kind of, I don't want to say short, but that's really actually what I'm talking about. What if I want a deeper cut? So then I could do something like that, right? Of course, and I'm just going to do it because that's the way I prefer, but these are big enough to where, you know, you can pick up, and that always confused me, but pick it up and place it over there and do the same thing. If you don't want to go through all of that, and then we're going to flip it and do the same thing. Now these two tags will be the same, right? Okay, so now you have tag templates. So anytime you want to use different kind of paper, whatever you want to use, you can now come, you can trace it out with your pencil, or you can cut it out. So you can use these as tag templates, okay? And you can also, so what you would do, you would have different sizes, and you could put the measurements on there, you know, 5 by 3, 2 and 3/4 by 4 1/2, whatever, so on and so forth. Now you can also make envelope templates out of this. And I'm not going to do that right now, but I will be making some envelope templates because I'm going to keep this video as short as possible. Envelope templates, and like I said, you can make bookmarks, of course, easily. You can see that that's a bookmark also. You can round the corners, do whatever you want, punch your little hole, and there's your bookmark. Okay, so what you would do, you would leave that side blank, and then you would cover this side with pattern paper. You don't have to use pattern paper. You could also use, you could decoupage it, use whatever you want to use. This, some script paper, some colorful paper, whatever you want to use, but you would preferably do it on this side. Okay, and if you want the glue to stick on there a little bit more, just sand it down. Now, to make your postcards, okay, whatever size you were wanting to make. And I hope you guys can see that, because I know that's a color. Yeah, you can see that. It's not too colorful. Okay, so we got all this going on. You know how you have your postcard. You can have, I need to go through all of my stamps, but I have most of us, I won't say most of us, but you can use real stamps, vintage stamps, whatever you want to use. And I mean the actual stamps like you would buy from the post office. You can also use stamps. And I should have had that pulled out. I thought I had one pulled out here. But anyway, to make your little postage stamp there. Now, I'm just going to lightly do this. I'm not going to, and I should have had the Tim Holtz ruler for that. But you're going to understand what I'm saying. You could draw your line there. You can even draw a line here. But then come in, and this is where the Tim Holtz ruler is handy dandy, because then I can line up my lines, and I'm giving a rough overview. But come in with your lines there, and then I can come up. Let's come up there. And you would have something like that. Can we see that? Okay. And then on the back side, you're going to do the same thing. Collage it, plain coffee dot paper, whatever you want to do here, you would do it on the back side. Same thing would go for making journal cards, okay? You can just, instead of making the postage stamp, decoupage the back of that and make a bunch of journaling cards. Now, what I also am going to do, I will be doing videos over that. This is just a basic video to show you, give you guys some ideas. So I know that there are lots of uses for making things with cereal boxes, and I've only put up 5 because that's my number. So what I want you guys to do is, if you have any ideas of the ways that you use cereal boxes, cracker boxes, whatever you use, I want you to put that in the description box down below. The comment box, you can't put it in the description box. Put it in the comment box down below. And so others that are watching can look down there and see. And a lot of you guys have some amazing ideas, okay? So moving on to the next one. I jumped ahead of myself. Organizers. So let's just say you had something like this, right? Okay. You can use, and I should have had this planned out. I should have had that part planned out. You would cut it down to size, right? Yeah, that's going to be a poor example. If I had this, let's just tear that piece off like that. Now, if I had this cut down to size, you can go in and say you had, where that's over there in another container. You can use your cereal boxes. You can double up on these. You could even, I guess I should make a video showing you guys that and then come back and show you what I'm talking about. But anyway, if you can visualize what I'm talking about, you can go in and have separators, okay? So say I had, and I've just got this here, junked in here. I wanted to keep things separated. You can come in here and line these up. Say I had 3 sections, and then you can also come back in. So we've got the vertical going on. Then you can come back in and do horizontal and have different sections. You guys are understanding this, right? Have different sections for that. And I don't know where I got these, but you can get storage things like this at the Dollar Tree. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on this stuff. We're spending way too much money on, and I'm saying we are because I know I'm not the only one. And it's okay to spend, to splurge, but let's all try to repurpose more, to reuse more, to cut back a little more. And I'm saying that lightly because, yes, we do want to be able to shop and buy new things, but I'm just saying let's kind of start reusing some things. Now, the 4th use I have for cereal boxes is the little spool threads. And I should have pulled out, but I can't right now. So if you've purchased or received in a gift bag, the little spool templates, you know, you can use those as templates to cut out on here and make for spool threads. Say so, I had all of these, right? And I cut them out to make little spool threads. You can put your lace around them. You can put your lace trims, your thicker lace, water lace, however you want to use this. You can also, if it's not thick enough, just glue 2 of these together, back to back or whatever. Lightly sand them so they stick, okay? Or, if you make the little snippets and the snippets are flexible, you can put them on a spool. So I am going to lightly, and I hate to do that because you guys will be judging me. So let's try to draw something out here real fast. Say I want to do a little spool. Where's my pencil? So I have this piece, and it doesn't even have to be that. So I'm just going to draw a straight line there. Do the same on the next side, on the other side. And then I'm going to come in here. And I hope. And same on the other side. Mama's making a video. Now I'm trying to use my natural light, you guys, so I really can't see. So I lightly have something like this, right? Now, you can go in straight because it's still going to be the same thing. It's still going to hold your spool threads. But I am going to cut this at an angle, okay? And then just cut like on the line. You can use your craft knife as well. I'm lightly doing this. And this doesn't have to be perfect, because you're just trying to hold your lace or snippets or whatever you want it to hold. So now you have something like this. I have to keep checking the camera to see. Okay, so maybe it shows up better this way. I have something like this now, right? So if you have, just say you have some lace, and this is the first lace that I saw over here. These can be thick, but once you have this how you like it, or in a couple of different sizes, you can then use those as templates to make your others, and then just wrap your lace around it. Okay, just like so. So now you know all you need to do is stick your stick pin in here so that it sticks. I don't have a stick pin right now that I have access to. I'd have to get up and go way over there and get it. So I'm just going to use, and I hope no one's saying, why are you using the safety pin, Clemmy? Because I just am, okay? And there you have it. So there's that one. Now the last thing is kind of what I'm saying, I've been saying all along, is simply using these to make your templates, okay? So we're going to, not only are we going to use these to make our tags, but like I said, it's kind of the same thing. But you're going to also use these to make your templates. So if you have the tags you're going to cut out, you're going to keep some, and you can, to keep your templates together, punch a hole through your templates. Then you can put an eyelet through them and attach one of the key rings to them so that they're all together. And that's what I'll be doing. They're all together. And you can have them hanging somewhere on your table as you'd like. These would also be good, like I said, the tags, the envelopes, and I'm trying to think of something else. That would be a good idea. Specimen slides. Like, you know how we use this, make the little specimen, the butterfly specimens, dragonflies or whatever, or flowers. We can use that not only in like a tag form, which is also a good use for them. So I will be showing you guys in videos coming. But anyway, it's time to take a break, and that's all for this video. And I'll take me a little break myself, and then I'll make the next video. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful night, or morning, wherever you are.